It's Kids Day tomorrow in Barnstable. The town crews are prepping for the 28th annual Pops by the Sea and tips on how to stay safe on the water this summer. Details on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Tuesday, August 6th, 2013. I'm Sarah Manor. Kids will be having a ball with the Barnstable Police Department tomorrow. The department is hosting the 14th annual Kids Day at Barnstable High School. Police Chief Paul McDonald says there is something for everyone.
There's all kinds of special events for the kids tomorrow. We do it in conjunction with all 5 of the fire departments. Every piece of equipment that we have will be down there, a sample of it. There will be plenty for the kids to do. There'll be free food, free gifts. There'll be auctions for several bicycles will be auctioned off. There'll be demonstration by the K-9 unit. And I know they're also attempting to get the state police motorcycle to come in, as they've done in several years. It's a great event, and the kids really enjoy it year after year.
McDonald says the event is free and open to all. The event will be held at Barnstable High School from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Barnstable Police Department is also busy prepping for another big event. The 28th annual Pops by the Sea will be held this Sunday on the Barnstable Town Green in Hyannis in front of Town Hall. Crews are already getting ready. You can hear some of them behind me right now. Police Chief Paul McDonald says the department will be taking some extra security precautions this year.
And we expect a huge crowd again this year. Some was upwards of 10 to 12,000 people. But obviously, because of the events that have occurred over the last several months, and particularly the Boston Marathon, there has to be some type of enhanced safety precautions. And we have been working closely with everyone for the past several months, and there is a plan in place. Most of the enhanced safety procedures will not be noticed by anyone. The idea we're trying to do is balance the convenience with security. We want everyone to have a good time. We want everybody to have a positive experience and come back year after year. You know, it's a great event for the town, and particularly for the village of Hyannis. There are several additional law enforcement agencies involved this year besides just the BPD. They will be visible. There are also certain items that we are going to prohibit. No coolers on wheels, no backpacks, of course, no firearms, no weapons, no sharp objects or fireworks. No cans will be allowed, no grilling, propane tanks or open flames, and there'll be no pop-up tents. You know, some things that will be allowed. We know a lot of people, they start arriving around noontime because they want to pick the best spots, so we will allow blankets or tops. Of course, they will be limited in size to 8 by 12s. Folding chairs, people can come in and set up a little camp. Coolers, you may bring coolers if they can be carried on a shoulder strap or by single handle. And also, everything will be inspection. You know, this is the only process that we're not concerned about, because we are concerned about convenience, but we want to move it quickly through. But if you bring in certain containers, they will be checked.
If you are attending Pops by the Sea this year, you can buy tickets all the way up through Saturday. You can get those at the Arts Foundation itself before 5 p.m. on Saturday. Also, you can buy tickets right here on Town Green at the door right before the event, beginning at noon on Sunday. Taking the proper safety precautions when out on the water is important. Channel 18's Sarah Colvin sat down with Harbor Master Joe Gibbs to talk about
life jackets are required, or personal flotation devices. PFD is the fancy name, but life jackets is everybody's commonly aware of. Everyone that's on a boat, canoe, kayak, even stand-up paddleboard is required to have a life jacket with them anytime they're out. Also, children that are under 12 years old, they must wear them all the time. And the rule with that is if you're underway and you're above decks, if you're under 12 years old, you need to wear it.
Have the jacket.
You got to wear it. Adults do not need to wear them by regulation in the summer. We do, however, strongly suggest that people wear life jackets. There's all different kinds. Now they have these nice inflatable ones. They automatically go off.
Yeah, these are really cool. I mean, the life jackets that the PFDs I had to wear as a kid, big, bulky things, and this is really quite comfortable.
Yep, these are great. They automatically go off when you hit the water. If they don't, you can pull the tab. That'll shoot off. If that doesn't go off, you can actually blow it up. They come with a nice little whistle. Just don't tell the kids. Compared to the old days, is before we had the inflatable ones, we wore These are considered a type 5. There's 4 different types. These are considered type 5. As soon as you wear it, it's considered a type 3, which is the same as this standard. This is the more one with the pockets and stuff.
Exactly.
They have different ski vests. They all need to be Coast Guard approved. That is one condition you'll see in.
So when you're shopping for a personal flotation device, just make sure to look at the tag and make sure that it's Coast Guard approved.
Right, and it should fit. There's all different sizes. This is an adult, extra large, so this shouldn't be, a 5-year-old shouldn't be wearing this size. It needs to fit appropriately. And one of the more important things that we come across is all life jackets need to be readily accessible.
Okay, so moving on from personal flotation devices, let's talk about boating safety in general. What are some of your kind of top 10 boating safeties, if you will, or the things people should know when they're out on the water?
There's required equipment that everybody should have in every boat when they're out operating. Life jackets is always number one. A throwable, if we move our lines, a throwable life jacket, not a life jacket, a throwable flotation device with a line on it's nice in case somebody goes overboard, you can throw it, you have the line there, retrieve them.
So is that a required piece of equipment you want to have?
For vessels, for the larger size vessels, they are required. This size boat, this is 25 feet above, they are required. For the smaller boats, they're not. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't still have them. Seat cushions are considered the same one.
Yep.
They're considered type 4. Okay. It doesn't count as one that you would wear, but it's always good to have something. Accidents do happen from time to time, or people fall overboard, reaching, fishing, and that. So it's always good to have plenty of flotation devices. You need to have an anchor. If your boat breaks down, it's not like pulling over to the side of the road. It's a little breezy today. We'd be drifting up on the shore, so you need to be anchored. You need to have, if you're operating at night, flares or some sort of signaling device, a sound producing device, which like a whistle.
Air horn or a whistle.
Air horn, whistle. We have like a built-in one on the boat. Whatever it may be, you need something that produces sound. And a lot of life jackets now have those built in. Visual distress flags during the day, smoke you can use during the day, or flares if you're operating at night. And there's different breakdowns of, it's all based on the different size vessels. You have under 16 feet, it's like 16 to 24. It's Class A, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and until you get to the bigger vessels. And we do have there's boating guides that we have available. The state puts them out. The Coast Guard also puts them out that list everything that you need for the boat. And we have those in our office if anybody wants them. I think we also have some at Town Hall in the information room. And if we don't, we'll get some down there, because we've had them in the past. So having your safety equipment, making sure your plug's in when you put the boat in at the ramp is very important. And the straps are off for the boat when launching. We ask everybody to be patient on the water. Generally you're out here, it's a leisure activity. Some people are out here for a business, but the vast majority of people are out here, enjoying the summer. So we just say take your time, watch the speed and the wake zones. You want to make sure that you're not creating a wake that may disrupt anybody else that's getting on the boat. You're always responsible for your operation. The captain's responsible for all the operation.
Right, and perhaps while there aren't marked roads out there on the water, there are channels and there are channel markers, and of course it's very important to be observant of that when you're heading in and out of the harbor, to know what side of the buoys you should be on, and to observe those navigational aids. So talk to me a little bit about that. I know all of the harbors here in Barnstable do have those navigational aids. The nuns and the cans are all set up for people to be able to navigate around.
Right. The most common is adage is red right return. So as you're returning to any harbor, the red buoys should be on your right. The red buoys are always even numbers. The green buoys are always odd numbers, and they're numbered from the outside going in. So the closer you get into the harbor, the numbers will get higher.
Gibbs says residents can get more detailed information on boater safety tips right at the Marine Environmental Office on Finney's Lane across from the police station. Drivers will want to avoid Oak Street today. Work will be done in the area. During construction, one lane of the road will be open, and that's just for residents and emergency vehicles only, so drivers may want to seek alternate routes on Oak Street today. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah May.